In the vast expanse of the Milky Way, a civilization unlike any other thrived. The Galactic Empire, a marvel of alien engineering and culture, spread across thousands of star systems. For millions of years, they had ruled the known galaxy with a gentle hand, bringing peace and prosperity to countless worlds. The Empire's capital world, Zalthor Prime, was a testament to their advanced technology. Towering spires of crystalline materials reached into the clouds, while anti-gravity vehicles zipped between them in orderly lanes. The streets below bustled with activity as beings from 100 different species went about their daily lives in harmony. At the heart of Zalthor Prime stood the Grand Council Chamber, a massive structure that housed the Empire's governing body. Inside, representatives from every corner of the galaxy gathered to discuss matters of state and make decisions that would affect trillions of lives. On this particular day, the council was in session. The topic of discussion: a newly discovered civilization on the fringes of imperial space. Holographic displays flickered to life, showing images of a blue-green planet orbiting a yellow star. High Counselor Xenta, a tall, slender being with iridescent skin, addressed the assembly. Esteemed colleagues, our long-range scouts have made contact with a new species. They call themselves humans, and their homeworld is known as Earth. Murmurs of excitement rippled through the chamber. It had been centuries since a new spacefaring race had been discovered. Xenta continued, "Initial reports suggest that these humans are a curious and rapidly advancing species. They have already established colonies on several nearby worlds within their own star system." Another counselor, a bulbous creature named Gloop, spoke up. "Are they aware of our existence? Have they made any attempts to communicate?" "Not yet," Xenta replied. "Our observers have maintained their distance, as per our first contact protocols. We believe the humans are on the verge of discovering faster-than-light travel, which would bring them into our sphere of influence." The council chamber erupted into animated discussion. Some members expressed excitement at the prospect of welcoming a new race into the galactic community. Others voiced concerns about potential conflicts or misunderstandings. As the debate raged on, a junior analyst named Vixara nervously approached the High Counselor. Vixara, a recent graduate from the Imperial Academy, had been tasked with compiling data on the newly discovered humans. "Excuse me, High Counselor," Vixara said, her voice barely above a whisper. "There's something in the data you should see." Xenta turned to the young analyst, intrigued. "What is it, Vixara?" Vixara's fingers danced over her datapad, projecting a series of images into the air. They showed human cities, vehicles, and most alarmingly, weapons. "Our initial assessment may have been incomplete," she explained. "The humans appear to have a long history of internal conflicts. Their technological progress seems to be driven largely by warfare." The High Counselor's eyes widened as they took in the information. The Galactic Empire had known peace for so long that the concept of a species advancing through conflict was almost alien to them. "This changes everything," Xenta muttered. Raising their voice, they addressed the council once more. "Esteemed colleagues, we must reconsider our approach. These humans may not be the peaceful neighbors we had hoped for." The chamber fell silent as the implications sank in. For the first time in living memory, the Galactic Empire faced a potential threat to its peaceful existence. As discussions resumed with renewed urgency, no one in the council chamber could have predicted the true extent of humanity's capabilities. Nor could they have imagined that in the near future, it would be the humans issuing a warning to the Empire, not the other way around. The stage was set for a confrontation that would reshape the galaxy. The peaceful Galactic Empire was about to encounter a species forged in the fires of conflict, one that would challenge everything they thought they knew about the universe. Little did they know, the humans were preparing to deliver a message that would shake the Empire to its core. Run. While the Galactic Empire debated their next move, life on Earth continued its relentless march forward. Unaware of the watchful eyes from distant stars, humanity pushed the boundaries of science and exploration. In the bustling metropolis of New Beijing, Dr. Lai Wei stood before a crowd of eager reporters. The scientist's eyes gleamed with excitement as she unveiled humanity's latest breakthrough. "Ladies and gentlemen," she announced, her voice steady despite her racing heart, "I'm thrilled to confirm that we have successfully created a stable wormhole in laboratory conditions." The room erupted in a frenzy of questions and flashing cameras. This was more than just another scientific achievement. It was the key to unlocking the vast distances of space. Thousands of miles away, in the depths of the Marianas Trench, another team of humans was making history. The deep-sea research vessel, Challenger I, had just discovered a new form of extremophile bacteria. This tiny organism held the secret to surviving in the harshest environments imaginable, a trait that would prove invaluable in humanity's quest to colonize distant worlds. As Earth's greatest minds pushed the frontiers of knowledge, others looked to the stars with dreams of conquest. General Zhang, a decorated veteran of the Third World War, addressed the United Earth Defense Council. "We must be prepared," he warned, his scared face grim. "The universe is vast, and we cannot assume it's empty or friendly. Our survival depends on our strength." The general's words echoed the sentiment of many. Humanity, shaped by millennia of conflict and struggle, was not content to simply explore. They were determined to carve out their place in the cosmos, no matter the cost. In the orbit of Mars, construction of the first interstellar colony ship neared completion. The massive vessel, christened Hope's Horizon, represented the culmination of a global effort. It would carry 10,000 carefully selected colonists to the nearby star system of Alpha Centauri, establishing humanity's first foothold beyond the solar system. Captain Aisha Okafor, the woman chosen to lead this historic mission, gazed out at the red planet below. Her dark eyes reflected the determination that had driven humanity to this point. "We go not just for ourselves," she mused, "but for all of Earth. Our children will be born under alien suns, and our grandchildren will call new worlds home." Back on Earth, in the secretive underground labs of the Global Defense Initiative, Dr. Viktor Petrov put the finishing touches on humanity's ultimate insurance policy. The quantum entanglement communicator hummed to life, instantly connecting with its twin device on the far side of the solar system. With this, Petrov explained to the awestruck military observers, "We can coordinate our forces across vast distances without any time delay. No enemy will be able to intercept or jam our communications." As humanity's technology advanced by leaps and bounds, their first tentative steps into the galactic community did not go unnoticed. Unbeknownst to Earth's inhabitants, their radio signals and space probes had already alerted several alien civilizations to their presence. On a distant world, in the heart of the Galactic Empire, a young alien researcher named Zixtal pored over the data streaming in from Earth. Unlike his superiors, who viewed the humans with trepidation, Zixtal was fascinated. "They achieve in decades what took us centuries," he muttered, his multiple eyes wide with wonder. "Their drive, their ambition, it's unlike anything we've seen before." But not all aliens viewed humanity's rapid progress with such optimism. In the shadowy corridors of the Empire's intelligence agency, plans were being made. "We must contain this threat before it's too late," insisted Draknur, a high-ranking official. "If we allow these humans to expand unchecked, they could upset the balance of power we've maintained for eons." As debates raged and plans were laid, humanity remained blissfully unaware of the storm brewing on the galactic stage. Their ships pushed further into space, their colonies spread to new worlds, and their technology advanced at an unprecedented rate. Little did they know that their actions were setting the stage for a confrontation that would shake the foundations of the galaxy. The peaceful Galactic Empire, accustomed to slow, steady progress, was about to collide with a species driven by an insatiable hunger for growth and discovery. In the vast tapestry of cosmic history, a new thread was being woven, one that would either bind the galaxy together or tear it apart. And at the center of it all stood humanity, poised on the brink of their greatest adventure and their most perilous challenge. The stage was set. The players were moving into position, and somewhere in the depths of space, two civilizations were on a collision course that would change everything. The day that would change the course of galactic history dawned like any other. On Earth, it was a crisp autumn morning in Geneva, home to the United Earth Government headquarters. In the vast reaches of space, the Galactic Empire's scout ship, Stargazer, cruised silently through the outer edges of Earth's solar system. Captain Elena Rodriguez of the UEG Space Force sat in her office, reviewing reports from the Mars colonies. A sudden alert on her computer screen made her heart skip a beat. Unidentified object detected beyond Pluto's orbit. The message read. Elena's training kicked in as she quickly initiated first contact protocols. Aboard the Stargazer, Xenta, now promoted to Imperial Emissary, felt a mix of excitement and apprehension. After years of observation, the Empire had decided it was time to make official contact with the humans. Approach with caution. Xenta instructed the pilot. Remember, these beings are unpredictable. As news of the alien ship spread, Earth erupted into a frenzy of activity. World leaders convened emergency meetings, religious figures sought to calm their followers, and civilians alternated between celebration and panic. In Times Square, New York, a sea of faces turned skyward, watching live feeds of the approaching vessel on massive screens. The first face-to-face meeting was set to take place on neutral ground, the International Space Station, hastily retrofitted for the historic encounter. As the shuttle carrying Earth's representatives docked with the station, tension hung thick in the air. Dr. Amir Patel, Earth's leading xenolinguist, clutched his translation device nervously. Beside him, General Zhang stood stoic, his hand never far from his sidearm. Captain Rodriguez completed the team, her diplomatic training about to be put to the ultimate test. The airlock hissed open. For a moment, silence reigned as humans and aliens regarded each other for the first time. Xenta's iridescent skin shimmered under the station's lights, while their multifaceted eyes blinked rapidly, taking in the strange bictal creatures before them. Dr. Patel stepped forward, activating his translator. On behalf of humanity, we welcome you in peace, he said, his voice steady despite his racing heart. Xenta's reply came through the translator in a melodic tone. The Galactic Empire greets the people of Earth. We come seeking friendship and knowledge exchange. As the initial pleasantries were exchanged, both sides felt a glimmer of hope. Perhaps this meeting of two vastly different civilizations could lead to a new era of cooperation and progress. However, as discussions progressed, cracks began to appear in the facade of harmony. General Zhang, ever suspicious, probed the aliens about their military capabilities. Surely a vast empire such as yours must have significant defensive forces, he remarked casually. Xenta's posture stiffened almost imperceptibly. We have maintained peace for millennia, they responded. Our resources are devoted to science and exploration, not war. Captain Rodriguez, sensing the rising tension, attempted to steer the conversation to more neutral ground. Tell us about your travels, she suggested. What wonders have you seen in the galaxy? As Xenta launched into a description of distant nebulae and exotic planets, Dr. Patel noticed something odd in the translation. Certain concepts seemed to have no direct equivalent in the alien language, particularly those related to conflict and strategic thinking. Meanwhile, back on Earth, the live feed of the encounter was being analyzed by experts from every field. In a secure bunker beneath the Pentagon, a team of behavioral psychologists watched the aliens' every move. Look at their body language, Dr. Samantha Lee pointed out. They're not just peaceful, they're completely unfamiliar with the concept of threat assessment. It's as if they've never had to defend themselves. In Moscow, the Russian Federal Space Agency's top scientists huddled around a computer, running simulations based on the alien ship's observed capabilities. Their technology is advanced, mused Dr. Yuri Volkov, but it's all focused on exploration and communication. I'm not seeing any weapons signatures at all. As the first day of talks drew to a close, both humans and aliens retreated to their respective corners. On the space station, Captain Rodriguez and her team debriefed. "They're hiding something," General Zhang insisted. "No civilization survives that long without strong defenses." Dr. Patel shook his head. "I don't think they're hiding anything. I think they genuinely don't understand conflict the way we do." Captain Rodriguez weighed their words carefully. "Either way, we need to proceed with caution. The balance of power in the galaxy might be more complicated than we initially thought." As Earth's first day of knowing they weren't alone in the universe came to an end, questions outnumbered answers. The Galactic Empire's peaceful overtures seemed genuine, but could any species truly be so free of conflict? In the grand tapestry of cosmic civilizations, humanity found itself facing a crucial juncture. Would they join the Galactic Empire as peaceful explorers, or would their ingrained wariness and combat readiness lead them down a different path? As both sides prepared for the next day of talks, the fate of two civilizations, and perhaps the entire galaxy, hung in the balance. As talks between Earth and the Galactic Empire entered their second week, tensions began to mount. The differences between the two civilizations became more apparent with each passing day. While the Empire's representatives spoke of peace and cultural exchange, Earth's leaders grew increasingly wary of their new galactic neighbors. In a secure bunker beneath the Rocky Mountains, the United Earth Defense Council convened an emergency session. General Zhang paced the room, his face grim. "We can't trust these aliens," he declared. "Their pacifism is a weakness we can't afford to share." President Amelia Chen, leader of the United Earth government, rubbed her temples wearily. "What do you propose, General? We can't just attack unprovoked." A sly smile crossed Zhang's face. "Not an attack, Madam President. A demonstration." Across the globe, humanity's military machines sprang into action. In orbiting shipyards, gleaming warships were unveiled, their hulls bristling with weaponry that had been developed in secret for decades. On the far side of the moon, hidden missile silos opened, revealing arsenals capable of reducing entire planets to ash. Meanwhile, on the International Space Station, Captain Elena Rodriguez noticed a change in the demeanor of the alien diplomats. Senta, the lead representative, seemed increasingly nervous. "Is everything all right?" Elena asked, feigning concern. Zenta's multifaceted eyes darted around the room. "We've detected unusual activity in your solar system," they said hesitantly. "Large energy signatures, movement of significant masses. May we ask what's happening?" Before Elena could respond, her comm unit buzzed. A message from Earth Command scrolled across the screen. "Operation Thunderbolt is go. Prepare for demonstration." Elena's heart raced, but she kept her face neutral. "I believe you're about to get an answer to your question," she told Senta. In the void of space beyond Mars, a shimmering portal suddenly burst into existence. Through it emerged the pride of Earth's fleet, the dreadnought, humanity's fist. Nearly a kilometer long, its hull was covered in armor plating capable of withstanding the heat of a sun. Banks of energy weapons lined its sides, each powerful enough to crack a small moon. Aboard the Galactic Empire's observation ship, alarms blared. The alien crew stared in disbelief at their sensor readings. "Impossible," one of them muttered. "They shouldn't have this level of technology." Back on the space station, Elena led Senta and the other alien diplomats to the observation deck. "Allow me to introduce you to humanity's latest achievement," she said, her voice filled with pride tinged with a hint of threat. As they watched, more ships emerged from the portal. Cruisers, destroyers, and swarms of fighter craft took up formation around the dreadnought. It was a display of military might unlike anything the peaceful Galactic Empire had ever seen. Senta's iridescent skin paled. What is the meaning of this?" they stammered. Elena's voice was steel. "This is who we are, Senta. We come in peace, but we're always ready for war. Your empire may have forgotten conflict, but humanity has been forged by it. On Earth, in town squares, and on giant screens, Humans cheered as they watched the display of their species' power. Years of secret development, trillions of credits spent, had led to this moment. Humanity was announcing its arrival on the galactic stage, not with diplomacy, but with an unmistakable show of force. In the Empire's capital on Zalfor Prime, the Grand Council was in chaos. How could we have miscalculated so badly? One counselor wailed. These humans are not the primitive species we thought they were. High Counselor Xenta, a different Xenta from the diplomat, called for calm. We must not panic. Perhaps this is simply their way of ensuring their safety. We must continue to approach them with peace. But doubt had taken root. Throughout the Empire, news of the human fleet spread like wildfire. Citizens who had never known fear began to look to the stars with trepidation. As humanity's fist and its escort fleet took up position at the edge of the solar system, a message was broadcast across all frequencies, in every language of the Empire. To the Galactic Empire and all who may be listening, we are humanity. We come seeking friendship, but make no mistake, we are prepared for any eventuality. We have survived our own violent history, and we will survive whatever the galaxy may throw at us. We extend one hand in peace, but the other holds a sword. Remember this, and govern yourselves accordingly. The message was clear. Humanity was not just joining the galactic community, they were changing it forever. The age of unchallenged peace was over. A new power had arisen, one that combined the Empire's technology with a warrior's heart. As the broadcast faded, silence fell across the galaxy. In that moment, every being, from the highest counselor to the lowliest worker, knew one thing for certain: the universe would never be the same again. In the days following humanity's display of military might, a stunned silence fell over the Galactic Empire. The peaceful alien civilization, which had never known true conflict, struggled to comprehend the implications of this new warlike species entering the galactic stage. On Zalfor Prime, the Empire's capital world, the Grand Council chamber was in an uproar. Counselors from 1,000 worlds argued fiercely, their voices echoing off the crystal walls. "We must strike first," shouted one reptilian being, his scales flashing with agitation, "before these humans become an even greater threat." "Madness," countered another, a floating gas-based entity. "We have no weapons, no armies. How could we possibly fight?" High Counselor Xenta raised all four of their hands, calling for order. "We must not let fear drive us to rash action," they said, their voice carrying a forced calm. "We have lived in peace for eons. Surely we can find a peaceful solution to this misunderstanding." But even as Xenta spoke, doubt gnawed at their hearts. The humans' demonstration had shaken the Empire to its core. For the first time in living memory, the concept of existential threat had entered the collective consciousness of a civilization that had known only peace and prosperity. Meanwhile, back on Earth, humanity was riding a wave of pride and newfound confidence. In every city, screens showed endless replays of humanity's fist emerging from the wormhole, a symbol of their species' power and technological prowess. In the Oval Office of the White House, President Chen met with her advisors. General Zhang wore a satisfied smirk as he detailed the Empire's panicked reactions to their display. "They're scared, Madam President," he said. "Now is the time to press our advantage." Dr. Patel, the xenolinguist, looked troubled. "But to what end, General? We've already shown our strength. Pushing further might lead to unnecessary conflict." President Chen listened to both, her face a mask of concentration. Finally, she spoke. "We've made our point. Now it's time to clarify our intentions. Captain Rodriguez," she turned to the astronaut who had been their primary contact with the aliens, "I want you to deliver a message." Back on the International Space Station, now expanded into a proper diplomatic hub, Captain Rodriguez prepared to meet with Xenta, the Empire's lead diplomat. As she entered the conference room, she noticed the aliens' usually shimmering skin looked dull, a sign of stress in their species. "Greetings, Senta," Elena said, her voice firm but not unkind. "I hope you understand that our recent demonstration was not meant as a threat, but as an introduction." Zenta's multiple eyes blinked rapidly. "An introduction?" they asked, their voice quavering slightly. "Forgive me, but where we come from, displays of weapons are not typically part of peaceful introductions." Elena nodded, acknowledging the point. "We understand that our ways may seem strange to you, but you must understand. Humanity has faced extinction many times in our history. We've fought wars, survived plagues, and narrowly avoided destroying ourselves. Each time, we've emerged stronger." She leaned forward, her gaze intense. "We don't want war, Senta, but we will not be helpless in a dangerous galaxy. We've seen too much, survived too much, to ever let our guard down again." As Elena spoke, her words were being broadcast across the Empire. On countless worlds, beings of all shapes and sizes watched and listened, trying to understand these strange, paradoxical humans. "So here is our message," Elena continued. "We extend the hand of friendship to the Galactic Empire. We offer to share our knowledge, our culture, our art." But her voice hardened slightly. "We also offer a warning. Do not mistake our desire for peace as weakness. If threatened, we will fight, and we will win." She paused, letting the words sink in. "You've lived in peace for so long, you've forgotten the most important lesson of history. Peace is not the natural state of the universe. Peace must be guarded, protected, sometimes even fought for." Zenta listened, their alien features a mix of fear and fascination. What are you saying, Captain?" Elena's next words would echo across the stars, a message that would reshape the destiny of two civilizations. "We're saying this to you and to all who can hear. Humanity is here. We come in peace, but we are prepared for war. If you value your idyllic existence, if you want to maintain the peace you've known for so long, then heed this warning." Her voice dropped to almost a whisper, but in the silence of the station, it carried the weight of worlds. "Run, not from us, but with us. Run towards a future where we stand together against the darkness of an uncaring universe. Because make no mistake, there are threats out there that your peaceful empire is not prepared for. But humanity, we've been preparing our entire existence." As Elena's words faded, a new era dawned. The Galactic Empire, shaken out of its complacency, faced a choice: adapt to this new reality, or risk being left behind in a suddenly dangerous galaxy. And humanity, standing tall and unafraid, prepared to take its place among the stars, not as conquerors, but as guardians of a peace they knew all too well the cost of maintaining. In the weeks following Captain Rodriguez's powerful message, the galaxy held its breath. The Galactic Empire, shaken out of its millennia-long peace, grappled with the implications of humanity's warning. On Earth, leaders debated their next move, aware that the fate of two civilizations hung in the balance. On the neutral ground of Europa, Jupiter's icy moon, a grand meeting was arranged. A domed city, hastily constructed by human engineers, stood as a testament to their rapid technological advancement. Inside its transparent walls, representatives from Earth and the Empire gathered to shape the future. President Chen led the human delegation, flanked by General Zhang and Dr. Patel. Opposite them sat High Counselor Xenta and a group of alien diplomats, their iridescent skins shimmering with a mix of fear and curiosity. "We are here," President Chen began, her voice firm but not unkind, "to forge a new path, one where our strengths complement each other." Xenta nodded, their multiple eyes blinking rapidly. We wish to understand. Your ways are so different from ours. How can we find common ground?" As discussions progressed, it became clear that the two civilizations had much to offer each other. The Empire's vast knowledge of the galaxy and advanced scientific understanding amazed the human scientists present. In turn, the aliens marveled at humanity's adaptability and their unique perspective on problem-solving. Dr. Patel, ever the diplomat, suggested a cultural exchange program. Let our people learn from each other, he proposed. Understanding breeds empathy, and empathy is the foundation of lasting peace. The aliens agreed enthusiastically, eager to explore the rich tapestry of human cultures that had evolved on a single planet, a diversity that far outstripped anything in their homogeneous empire. However, as the talks continued, General Zhang grew increasingly restless. During a break, he pulled President Chen aside. "Madam President," he whispered urgently, "while this cultural talk is all well and good, we need to discuss defense. The galaxy is vast, and not everyone out there might be as peaceful as our new friends." Chen nodded, understanding the general's concerns. When the session resumed, she broached the subject carefully. "High Counselor Xenta," she said, "we value the peace your empire has maintained, but we must ask, in all your exploration, have you never encountered hostile species?" A hush fell over the room. Xenta's skin paled slightly. "There were rumors," they said hesitantly, "tales from the outer reaches of our empire, but we dismissed them as fantasies." Suddenly, alarms blared throughout the domed city. Screens flickered to life, showing a massive object approaching Jupiter at impossible speeds. General Zhang was instantly alert, barking orders into his communicator. "What is it?" Xenta asked, their voice quavering. Dr. Patel, studying the readings, went pale. It's a ship, but like nothing we've ever seen. It's bigger than Earth's moon." As they watched, the colossal vessel took up orbit around Jupiter. Its surface was black as night, absorbing all light. No signals or transmissions came from it, only an ominous silence. President Chen turned to Xenta, her face grim. "I believe those rumors you mentioned just became reality. This is why we warned you. This is why we prepared." In that moment, the dynamic between humans and the Empire shifted. The aliens looked to their human counterparts not with fear, but with a dawning hope. They recognized now the wisdom in humanity's cautious approach to the universe. General Zhang, ever ready, was already coordinating with Earth's defense forces. "Humanity's fist and our fleet are en route," he reported. "But we're dealing with an unknown enemy of incredible technological advancement." President Chen nodded, then turned to Xenta. "High Counselor," she said, her voice steady, "it seems the universe has forced our hand. Will your empire stand with us in the face of this threat?" Xenta stood silent for a moment, the weight of eons of peaceful existence warring with the sudden, urgent need for action. Finally, they spoke, their voice firmer than any human had yet heard it. We will stand with you. We must learn quickly, but we will not let our new allies face this alone." As the enormous black ship hung silently over Jupiter, two civilizations, one born in peace, the other forged through conflict, prepared to face the unknown together. The cultural exchanges and diplomatic talks of moments ago seemed distant now, replaced by an impromptu war council. In the depths of space, humanity's fleet approached, weapons primed and crews ready. Alongside them, Empire ships, hastily retrofitted with human defensive technology, took up formation. It was an alliance born of necessity, facing a threat beyond anything either civilization had imagined. As tensions mounted and strategies were hastily formed, one thing became clear: the warning humanity had given the Empire had come true far sooner than anyone expected. The galaxy was indeed a dangerous place, and now they would face that danger united. The stage was set for a confrontation that would determine the fate not just of humanity or the Empire, but possibly of the entire galaxy. And as the unknown enemy loomed over them, both humans and aliens alike prepared to fight for their right to exist in a suddenly much more dangerous universe. The massive black ship hung ominously over Jupiter, its silence more terrifying than any threat. In the hastily fortified dome city on Europa, humans and aliens worked side by side, preparing for the unknown. General Zhang stood before a holographic display, outlining the battle plan to a mixed group of human and Empire tacticians. Humanity's fist will lead the charge, he explained, pointing to the representation of Earth's flagship. The Empire's ships will provide support and cover our flanks. High Counselor Xenta, looking both frightened and determined, nodded along. Our vessels may not be warships, but our shield technology is advanced. We will do our part. As they spoke, the first wave of Earth's fleet dropped out of warp space near Jupiter. Captain Elena Rodriguez, now commanding Humanity's Fist, opened a channel to the mysterious vessel. Unknown ship, this is Captain Rodriguez of the United Earth Government. State your intentions or be fired upon. Silence was the only response. Suddenly, the black ship came to life. Massive panels slid open along its surface, revealing weapon ports larger than entire human cruisers. Energy readings spiked off the charts. All ships, evasive maneuvers, Elena shouted. The space around Jupiter erupted into chaos. The unknown enemy fired weapons unlike anything seen before, beams of dark energy that seemed to devour everything they touched. Human ships dodged and weaved, their training paying off as they avoided the deadly attacks. Empire ships, unused to combat, struggled to keep up. But their advanced shields proved invaluable, absorbing hits that would have vaporized other vessels. On Earth, President Chen watched the battle unfold with grim determination. Deploy the Titan missiles, she ordered. Let's see how our guest likes a taste of humanity's finest. From hidden silos on Mars, enormous missiles streaked towards the battle. Each one carried a payload capable of cracking the small moon. As they approached the black ship, everyone held their breath. The missiles struck home, exploding in dazzling bursts of light and energy. For a moment, hope surged through the Allied fleet, but as the blast cleared, the enemy ship remained unscathed. Impossible, General Zhang muttered, watching from Europa. In the midst of the battle, Dr. Patel made a startling discovery. The ship's energy signature, he exclaimed. It's similar to the quantum entanglement technology we developed, but on a scale we never imagined possible. This information sparked an idea in Elena's mind. If they're using quantum technology, maybe we can disrupt it, she said. Dr. Patel, can you modify our communicators to emit an inverse quantum field? As Elena's crew worked frantically to implement the plan, the battle raged on. Human ships darted in and out, landing blows where they could. Empire vessels, growing bolder, began using their scientific ships in ingenious ways, deploying gravity wells to slow enemy fire, using terraforming beams to deflect attacks. Finally, Elena's voice crackled over the comms. All ships, fall back. We're deploying the quantum disruptor. A beam of energy, almost invisible to the naked eye, lanced out from Humanity's Fist. Where it struck the black ship, reality itself seemed to waver. Suddenly, the massive enemy vessel flickered, like a faulty hologram. It's working, Elena shouted. All ships, concentrate fire on these coordinates. The combined fleet unleashed everything they had. Human weapons and Empire technology blended together in a symphony of destruction. Under the onslaught, and with its quantum field disrupted, the black ship began to break apart. As the enemy vessel crumbled, a small object ejected from its hull, streaking away faster than anything in the human or Empire fleets could follow. In the aftermath of the battle, as debris from the mysterious ship drifted around Jupiter, humans and aliens alike celebrated their victory. But questions remained. Who were these attackers? Where had they come from? And would they return? In the Europa Dome city, President Chen addressed the assembled leaders of Earth and the Empire. Today, we faced an unknown threat and emerged victorious, she said. But this is only the beginning. We must prepare for a galaxy far more dangerous than we ever imagined. High Counselor Xenta stepped forward. We have lived in peace for too long, they admitted. We forgot the price of that peace. But no more. The Empire will stand with humanity. Together, we will face whatever the universe throws at us. General Zhang nodded approvingly. We'll need to establish joint defense protocols, share technology, train together. Dr. Paddle smiled. And we'll continue our cultural exchanges. Our diversity is our strength. As the leaders discussed the future, a new galactic order was taking shape. The peaceful but complacent empire was waking up, guided by humanity's hard-earned wisdom. And humanity, for so long alone in the cosmos, now had allies among the stars. Captain Rodriguez, looking out at Jupiter from the bridge of humanity's fist, summed it up best. We warned them to run, she mused. But in the end, we all stood and fought together. That's the real victory here. As news of the battle spread across Earth and the Empire, a new era dawned. The galaxy was still a dangerous place, filled with unknown threats. But now, a unique alliance stood ready to face those dangers. Humanity's warning had been heeded, not by running away, but by standing together. The stars, once a realm of peace and exploration for the Empire, and a source of both wonder and caution for humanity, now represented a shared frontier. A frontier where the wisdom of the Empire and the strength of humanity would forge a path forward, ready for whatever challenges the vast, unknown universe might bring.